Hello guys. So I'm gonna solve the question remove duplicates from sorted array. So let's start with the understanding of question. So what we need to do in this question is we need to delete the duplicate value in an array and return the size of the remaining array. Okay, for example, let's say we have an array that is 1, 1 and 2. So we need to delete the duplicate elements that is 1. And after deleting the elements, what is remained in that array, we need to return the size of that array. So what is the size of this array now? That is 2. So we need to return 2 in this. Let's see the second example. We have an array 0, 0, triple 1, double 2, this. So after removing the duplicates, this is what is remaining with us. And then we will be returning its size. So let's see its optimal solution. Before the optimal solution, we first need to check the brute solution and then we will see the optimal solution. So guys, for brute solution, what comes in our mind is making another vector that is temp for storing the unique elements. So what I had done is I had simply made a vector that is temp and I started with pushing the very first element that is nums of 0 and then I will be pushing the unique elements in that array. For this, I'd simply put a check on that nums in I. If nums of I is not equal to the temp dot back, that is the last element that had been pushed in that temporary vector. So if it is not equal to temp dot back, then we will simply push that element in temporary vector. So after pushing all the unique elements, we will simply copy the elements of temporary vector in nums vector. And then we're going to return the size of that temporary vector. If I talk about its complexity, so that is O of n, and it is time complexity, and its space complexity is O of n. So we're going to find its optimal solution. For optimal solution, we will see. So guys, for optimal solution, we're gonna see the two pointers approach. So guys, we are pointing to two indexes in this approach. First index is I, that is for storing the unique elements, and second index is J. In the previous brute force solution, we were using two arrays, that is one the nums array and second is the temporary vector or array. But in its optimal solution, we're going to store the unique elements in that array only, that is in that nums only. So for that, we are keeping the track of two indices, that is I and the other one is J. So I is basically used for storing the unique elements and J is we are using for iteration in that nums array. So we are starting the loop with the J equal to 1 because we need to check the first element because it will be unique. So if we found the element that is not equal to nums of I, that means it is unique. So we will simply increase the value of I and we're gonna store the value of an index j at index I. Okay, so in this manner we will be able to find all the unique elements in first I plus 1 index. So for size we will simply return I plus 1. Okay, so if I talk about the complexity, so its time complexity will be O of n and space complexity will be O of 1. So in the previous brute force solution, space complexity was O of n. So we are successfully able to optimize it to O of 1, that is constant time complexity. Thank you.